Hello and welcome back to Jarvis Johnson Gold, the premium channel that is free. It is free, but if you're watching this, you're premium. And prepare to cringe, or at least that's what I'm preparing to do. Because for some reason, and we're gonna find out today, I keep getting DMs for me to talk about a creator online named Rahul Ray. I don't really know anything about the guy except for that he's done Instagram type sketch comedy for a while. I guess skit is like how people would refer to it. I also know that it's cringy, and for some it's alarming, and I don't fully know the details. So I'm going to get to the bottom of why so many people want my input specifically about this man. Before this one starts, I was just going to start playing the video, but it might be shocking to some. The description of this is, and I'm sorry, I like nice feet. What do you want from me? Oh God, what the hell? Why is this so much text? I like nice feet. What do you want from me? Any psychologist out there that can explain why? This is ChatGPT. Oh, this is an AI generated summary of the content. I'm sorry to Mr. Rye for putting words in your mouth. All he said was, I like nice feet. What do you want from me? And then any psychologist out there that can explain why. And then for some reason, TikTok has taken it upon themselves to use AI to answer this long form, which none of us asked for.
Bro, when you see an attractive woman walk by, what do you look at first? Their boobs or their butt? I look at their feet first.
I don't like this. Who is this for, I guess is my question. Okay, so this is a conversation between besties. You have backwards cap bestie, and then you have no cap bestie.
Guys who like boobs, they go like this. Guys who like butts, they go like that. Guys who like feet, what do? They just look down further south.
It looks the same. What is this? They look down further south? That down is not south, for what it's worth, also. And it looks the same as if you were looking at their boobs. Okay, Mr. Ray?
Okay.
There's like a soft-spoken, creepy, like, vibe to it that I'm not completely into. Like, it's not a convincing bro character. I can't believe that's something I'm asking for, but you're an actor, buddy, I think.
I feel like there's a judgy tone here. No, I'm not judging. No, we're friends. It's totally fine. I would never judge. Freak. Yeah, okay.
I will say, I thought this was going to be like the old school Instagram comedy, but I feel like that's at least a little snappier, a little faster paced. This is like a meandering conversation amongst boring people. So I hate this. And it's not for me. And I don't know who it's for. I guess it's for people who like feet, but also are kind of coy and weird about it, I guess. Like, I don't love the way he's looking and talking to me about how guys look at boobs and how they look at butts and how they look at feet. Like, I get it's locker room talk or whatever, but just the vibe is creepy to me, or it's upsetting to me is what I should say. But before we get into that, we have a brief word from today's sponsor, Casetify. Has this ever happened to you? A situation like this would be nerve-wracking for me in the past. I always fear dropping my phone and throwing away so much money just because I want to play my Game Boy. But with a Casetify Impact case on my phone, I feel so much less stressed. No stress. Just blessed. The structural design and great materials make Casetify cases different than anything else on the market. The combination of EcoShock and Duolock technology allows the Impact case to maintain a low profile while also having fall protection of 8.2 feet, which is incredible for me because I'm 8.1 feet tall. Its raised bezel and camera ring delivers extra defense for your screen and your lenses. And Casetify collabs with artists around the world to make cool designs like these. This one's from a design studio out of Brazil called Illustrata, and this one is from a designer out of Hong Kong named Gabe Shum. I don't know why, but it's very comforting to me to know that this art comes from real artists. I also got the snappy mirror card holder. It pops on super easy and it's very convenient because I can put my cards in there. Check out Casetify using the link in the description, and there's also a QR code on screen. And don't forget, there's 15% off on selected items for a limited time only. Thanks to Casetify for sponsoring this video. Now back to the video. Comments aren't available because you're not mutual friends? Did he turn off comments? Oh, I guess people are like blowing up his spot. He has 5.6 million followers, which is quite a lot. And he has the Shepard Fairey Obama '08 profile picture. So he's like deep millennial, I think is what he's trying to communicate here, which should give us a context clue as to who the audience is for his videos. How millennials find their besties being a recent upload where I can tell he is very talented at dancing. But I've been told to look at his videos of me and Bae. He's doing the classic towel on your head to be a woman trope, which is, I would say, a mainstay of old school Instagram comedy. I think that's where I've seen it, you know, like if 2016 Instagram vibes. Babe, if me and another girl was texting you, who would you respond to first? So it's you and your partner, and you're asking them a hypothetical. Oh, and then he's the girlfriend, I guess, because of the towel. And so this is supposed to be like the stereotypical hypothetical question. You know how women be type comedy, I suppose. You obviously, he's reading a Song of Ice and Fire here. He's on page 1. Then who's the other girl texting you? What? Oh, it's like a trap. Oh, okay. You know, okay. You know how women be. This is, I'm doing misogyny voice. You know how women be. They're always trying to trap us men and catch us in their little traps. What are these AI like responses to his videos? Oh, and he links his inspiration for this, which is kind of funny because the fact that this type of skit needed inspiration is very funny to me. It's the type of thing you expect from an Instagram account or TikTok account with 6 million followers. But I posted on Twitter, why was everybody asking me to talk about this guy? And I got a few things sent to me. So this is one of those. And I do want to give a content warning that there may be sexual content in this because that's what I was warned about. Testing his taste buds.
Tastes like ass.
Ew.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I'll throw them out then. Why?
Ew. Okay, bro.
Well, you just said it doesn't taste good. No, I said it tastes like ass.
Whatever. Sure. Fine. Whatever.
So doesn't that mean you would want to throw it out? No, that means I would want to eat more.
We get it. We get it. We know the joke. Okay, relax. No need to do that. This is so, this is an old school approach. You can tell by how bad it is.
It's so juicy.
Why is this still going on?
And sweet.
This is getting a bit much. Okay, now it's going into a different territory and I'm upset.
You like it that much?
Are we really doing this right now? You know, not to like yuck anybody's yum, but keep this to yourself, I think. I didn't need to see this. My day is worse now.
I could eat this all day.
Okay, and it's still going. Like we this could be half as long because we've gotten the joke. And I didn't need to see it illustrated. I didn't need to see you sensually eating carrots that taste like ass, which is, it's like, I don't care, like if that's your thing, but like, I don't also like, this is just uncomfortable. It's just uncomfortable. And it's uncomfortable for me. Maybe it's not uncomfortable for everyone else. Normally when you're doing like an act out where because I've done this before, right? You're doing an act out where you're on both sides of the shot, you're playing different characters. Normally comedy is the goal, trying to illustrate like a relatable experience that people have. That's usually what this form is applied to. And this isn't relatable to anyone as far as I can tell. And I guess it's been deleted because this even this video is a re-upload.
And I can watch you all day.
So it's just like needlessly sexual content. Question mark? All I ask for in life is to find someone whom I'll even have half the chemistry this man has with himself. I disagree. I don't even think he has chemistry with himself. When I'm watching one of my stories, or I'm watching Love Island, or I'm watching some TV, and there's chemistry building between people, that can be compelling. And this is repelling, actually. Someone on my private Twitter said he makes skit TikToks, which mostly center around his relationship with future Bae, a hypothetical woman, and they are usually very sexual and weird. He's sometimes mean to future Bae in the skits, which is weird. He also makes perverted videos about kids. Okay, that is obviously bad. It's weird because like, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with being like acting out your future Bae if it's like a setup for humor, but I actually don't really think that he's interested in like making a joke. I don't know. Let's see.
Babe? Yeah, babe. I bet you. Here we go. That you.
Oh God, this is cut so poorly, and that's not even what is bad about it. Invest in a crossfade. I'm begging you.
That you. Couldn't get me all flustered without using words.
Get you flustered without using words. Okay, so it's like, okay. I'm getting to the bottom of this. Okay, I think this is horny bait. This is horn dog bait for elder millennials. I think that's what this is, because it's not comedy and it's not even really convincing acting, but it is sexual and it is content legally. That is my current theory. I'm still collecting evidence. Like, what's funny is I don't want to continue watching this. And that is rare considering all of the stuff I've done on this channel. But I just like don't know. Well, I kind of am expecting this to go in a place that I do not want to witness. And I would understand if you want to skip ahead.
Yeah, words are your crutch. You couldn't do it without words.
Words are your crutch. You can do it without words. That's like the opposite of a realistic scenario, I think, because I think the most obvious thing is touch. And I don't want to see that. Thinks in Harry Styles. What does that mean?
See? I knew it. I knew it.
Ew. Sorry, I just don't like the... You know in Love Island where they like people are kissing and then it's like too much close up on it? Like I have no problem with people kissing on camera really, and it's never become a problem for me in media, but specifically in Love Island, there's something about the way they do it where I'm like, it's a little bit too much. Like I feel like I'm too close and I want to like back up a little bit. That's how I feel right now with him. And he hasn't even done that. It's really just the look in his eye. Okay, what makes me uncomfortable about this is the like performed sensuality of it, which is probably because it's not for me. But if this guy was like a heartthrob to you, and maybe that's the case, maybe this is like something you're into, because then you're like, hey, I want to be future bae. You're like writing frantically your comment, and maybe that's happening. Okay, he made that in slow motion. It sounds like he's wearing flip-flops indoors. What? I'm gonna cut it there because I don't want... Ew! Okay, yeah, this is just too sexual. I mean, I'm not here to cast judgment on like sexual content. You know, if so far, apparently this gets into a worse territory, but this is just like, ew. But and also kind of his vibe, like moisturizing. Relax, brother. You're scaring away future bae, and obviously I'm not the ideal audience for this, but it does make me cringe, so I'll give him that.
Oh, yeah, okay, you don't need words. You win.
What even is this?
Oh, you're giving up that easily? I was about to kiss your lips.
These?
No, bro.
Ew. It's like I'm overreacting because his vibe is weirding me out. I hope that's clear. It's not about the act of kissing. It's not about sexualized content, really. And it's not about the fact that he's a man. It's the like female gaze thing. Do you remember 2 years ago, I made a video about the guy who was like the female gaze guy, and then he would just like look a certain way into the camera? It feels like this guy is carrying the flame of that guy. And I searched for Rahul Ray's name in my comments, and despite the fact that I've gotten dozens of DMs about this guy, I could find one comment on my channel 2 years ago where someone said, on a side note, someone whose content does encapsulate the female gaze well is Rahul Ray's videos. He does skits where he plays both the guy and the girl in the relationship, and the chemistry he has with himself is chef's kiss. So this is for someone, and it's not me. That's all I have to say. So actually, let me read some of the comments on his TikToks. So here's another me and Bae skit. It's Bae, seduce me with your best pickup line now. Okay, we've been here before. It's the middle of the workday. He's writing fan fiction. He's fantasizing about the future. It's like women written by men. You know what I mean? It don't adequately translate the, like, a woman's experience or a femme presenting person's experience, because this guy doesn't have that experience. It almost feels like smut. Does that make sense? It feels like poorly written smut. That almost feels rude to smut, to be honest. I've got it. Okay, this guy is a horny chef without the cooking. That is what this is. It's a horny chef without the cooking. Honestly, the horny chefs have incredible cinematography. I've got to give it to them. They have a lot of, sexually suggestive themes, but the content itself is artistry, I would say, especially in the case of Donut Daddy or whatever his name was. But there is this genre of TikTok that's like, your boyfriend is a warlock and he is casting a seduction spell on you or whatever. And that's fine. And I think that must be the kind of place he exists. But it's very, this is giving like, yeah, I guess smut is the right way to put it. Or a little P-star brained. I don't know how YouTube will flag that, so I'm trying to walk around it a little bit. But you know what I mean. Okay, so it's me, it's in the middle of the workday, so it's like, who has two thumbs and doesn't care? Me. So it's like, oh, wouldn't I love to have a partner who is so into me, and I'm gonna act that out, and I'm gonna do so in my apartment with the famous Kobe Bryant not flinching photo and Bruce Lee with an inspirational quote. It's very bachelor coded, which is funny. He is giving me the vibe, unfortunately, of the stereotypical guy without a bed frame. It's showing me the maturity of that person's understanding of relationships, which is, I mean, he is old, and I think he's older than me. I expect more. Is all I'm saying. But what are the people saying? Because I'm gonna look at these comments here, because the rest of this skit is just his hypothetical bae being super duper horny. Isn't that the best, guys, when your future hypothetical wife that doesn't exist is like extremely horny for you all the time? Ew. Sorry, I went too far in the video. You don't have to see this, thankfully. I've had a long fucking day. That's how I feel. Who is bae? I feel so bad. Filmed in silence, by the way. I cannot get over you rizzing yourself, because I suppose that's what this is. He's rizzing himself. The only time I've ever wanted to be a third wheel. Interesting. So there are people out there who this is for, which is a beautiful act of anthropology. How is the relationship you have with yourself better than my own? Okay, this is starting to paint a picture. He gets comments like this, and then he's like, oh, I will continue. I will go deeper down this rabbit hole because I'm getting the response I want. So it's the audience's fault. No, just kidding. It's his. There's a whole different world out there, because sometimes reading these comments, this is the second video of yours like this that has come across my For You page. Love it, instant follow. Like, wow. Just a completely different universe. He does some stuff where he acts out siblings of different, I guess, stages, like youngest, middle, eldest. I think the thing that people have a problem with is that he does these like child act outs in the same place that he's doing these like sensual, like flirting with bae, like sex comedy videos. And so I'm going to find some of those. This is 2021. This guy's been in the game for a long time. And we are in a classroom, which, given the content I have seen up to this point, worries me.
All right, everybody, turn in your art projects. Can't wait to see them. Here you go. Thank you, Zane. I can't wait to see. Oh.
Okay. I don't like that. And then, is this going to be sexual? Is it going to be sexual?
This is a woman with no clothes on.
Come on. Okay.
I call it art teacher.
Well, art teacher. Ew, dude. Ew. He doesn't have, what we know from his content so far is he doesn't have a bae, and he doesn't have a child, because this is hashtag my future son, and he's acting out his future son drawing his art teacher without clothes.
What inspired in this, Zane? Well, my dad said that if you truly respect women, then you must show your appreciation for what lies underneath, not just what lies on the surface.
That's stupid. It's like lateral thinking.
Well, your father's a very wise man, but I think what he's talking about is her personality, not literally what lies underneath her clothing.
I suppose that if you were of the mind, in the best faith possible I can imagine, it's, oh, my kid did something like that type thing, which is why this gets so many likes. I do think the people in the comments here are earnest, right? Like, as a first grade teacher, I relate. Okay, so the issue that I'm having, and I haven't even seen that much of this content, is the through line is sexual in a lot of instances. And that is a strange line to cross when you are imitating children. And it's less an individual video and more an overall trend, because obviously this individual video goes viral and people aren't alarmed. I don't think it's because these people are bad. I think it's because they are assuming the best of someone, which is a nice thing about humanity. I think a lot of his bad stuff, like worse stuff, I guess I should say, has been deleted, and there are hate accounts that have chronicled some of these, and I think they've been talked about in other videos, but I haven't seen them, so this is just for the context of my own argument.
Yeah, Zane, what's up? I wet the bed.
Okay, wet the bed. Did you have a nightmare? Normal so far. The normal meter is at normal.
A nightmare? Not exactly.
Oh Oh God, is it going to be? All right, I wrote something down and I'll show it to you if it happens.
I had a dream about Miss Donna. Miss Donna, your art teacher. Oh my God.
So that sucks. Yeah, I think there's a great comment here that says, why is it always focused on a children's curiosity in a sexual manner? Which is, that's what I'm talking about. Like the trend is inarguable, I think, to have this much content over such a long period of time. Because it's just like, don't. Like there's other types of content you do, and I don't like it, but it's not nearly as upsetting as this. So far, I think there are, and I'm going to try to find them, skits with child characters that are not inherently sexual, but so far it's like only adults and a kid being sexual, which I very much do not like. And I think, look, I don't want to get sued, but I'm going to call it deeply troubling. Okay, so this one has 3.3 million likes, which is extremely viral. And if this doesn't have sexual content associated, hello, just do that.
All right, class. Today we're going to be studying words that end in ing. Napping. Very good, little Susie. Sleeping. Wow, even better, Zane. Great word.
Even better? Why would you say that?
Jogging. Very good. Running. Wow. Skipping. Skipping's fun.
So it's like a competition. It's like a one-upping bit.
Jumping. Flying. Soaring. Oh, wow. You guys know a lot of words. Hand gliding. Skydiving.
So, okay. So this is, it's whatever. But what did we not do? Venture into inappropriate topics with children. Uh-oh. People are saying enemies to lovers. Does this end in romance? If it gets flirty at the end, then fuck even this video.
Okay, this is turning dark real quickly. Disengaging. Non-threatening. Condescending. Overthinking. Misunderstanding. Forgiving. Enchanting. Flushing.
Oh my God, bro. I'm trying to be so fair. This sucks, dude. What the hell? Okay, so I'm curious about these. There's a lot of hater accounts, and I'm curious about the clips that they've chronicled.
First thing you notice about a potential partner.
Their feet.
Oh, is he one of those people who can like never turn it off? Also, like, why are we talking to him about relationships to begin with? He's not in one. He's in one with himself.
Oh. Hey. What? I'm trying to read. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so it's you're having a sorry, this is a millennial word. I have to pull it out of the cobwebs of my brain. A foodgasm, and now it's gonna get sexual, I'm sure.
Zane. Yes, Daddy. Don't call me.
Bro, everyone line up so I can kill us. Very funny.
Did you hit little Susie in the face with a toy? It was a rubber chicken.
Is he gonna say because you can call a chicken a cock? If he says that, I swear to God.
Well, I overheard you and Mommy talking once. And I remember Mommy saying how much she enjoyed when you slapped her in the face with your...
Delete it. Get rid of all of it. Start again. New game plus, dude. Do it again, but different. Find a new lane. Stop whatever this is. It's such immature comedy. Hesitate to even call it comedy, but I'm going to try to find the context of him answering the question on this podcast with feet, because it's just like he's a deeply like his content, I guess I can't speak to the person, is deeply immature at best. And it speaks to a creator who artistically is very immature, and maybe immature just across the board. You know, it's not my place to say. This was cut in a way where we didn't actually see their responses. So I'm going to try to find how this actually happened, because if this is how this man interacts with people in the world, it explains why his content is so alien. He's living on another planet. He just isn't interested in engaging with people in a normal way. So this is the podcast, Dating an Introvert with Rahul Ray, Kinda Dating podcast. This is about dating introverts. And he, I guess, identifies as an introvert.
Thanks for listening to Kinda Dating, the comedy dating podcast.
Comedy dating podcast, sure. That's a perfectly fine genre of podcast.
Here are your 6 questions.
Yes, let's do this.
What is the first thing you notice about a potential partner?
Their feet.
So the interesting thing to me, though, is it's a real kink of his. So apparently, and I wish I didn't know this, that does to me make it even worse in the content itself, and I don't know why. I think it's just more like it connects the sexual through line to reality of his content. Which is not to extrapolate any beyond that. It's just more, it's more like, I'm like, I don't want to hear about your kinks, your real, I don't want to hear about any kinks in your comedy, but I don't want to hear about your real kinks in your comedy either. But it's also just like how he presents it. I'm sure there's someone who has a foot fetish that can be funny about it, but it's not this guy. We have decades of comedians talking about sex and being funny. So there's like theoretically a way to do it, but why when he does it, is it so gross? I think it's maybe it's not like there's not a joke structure. It's largely based on act outs, and the act outs are now putting me into a sexual context with this man who I don't want to be, kind of engaging in the reality of a sexual context with him. And I think that's part of the problem. And that's completely disconnected from all of the other stuff that we've talked about. So that's just like a kind of like isolated point. And then when you add all that extra stuff in, it's just like, this is gross. To the point where I feel like I need to come to the defense of people with a foot fetish and say they're not all as creepy as this guy, I would assume. Like, I don't care what your fetishes are, you know what I mean? Like, but why when he does it is it so off-putting?
Yeah, there's a scientific explanation for it. It's
What
like,
is it?
it's like,
he's like, I read it in the TikTok AI summary. No, this is 2 years ago. But obviously the hosts are not like so taken aback in reality, like that clip was like uncharitably clipped, which is what I assumed. This thumbnail pose, like, look, I'm on record as saying one of the most embarrassing parts of doing YouTube as a job is posing for thumbnails. The face he's making here is like such a Instagram comedy 2016 face. I just can't explain it in any other way than that. All right, my producer told me that I didn't even watch the worst video, and so I'm a little bit upset by that. In her opinion, it's the worst video. So this is Anastasia's fault if that you have to see this. When you chatting with a cutie in the DMs and you realize she's underage, yo. Why make the video? Why go? Who can relate to this sentiment? Okay, so that sucks. Oh, okay. I don't need to watch this because I see it says, damn, a lot of cute girls on TikTok. It says not trying to catch a case. So I can only assume what that's about, and I don't need to see it. And that is growth, everybody. Apologies for putting this in front of your faces. It all is all your fault if you sent me a DM about this guy. In conclusion, change everything about your content. That's all I've got. Stay gold, everybody.